Latinas for Trump, the founder, criticizes and condemns the Trump administration for being against Latinas. Put it in full mass. But he told you he was. Now, I'm not trying to be the I told you so guy. We're going to talk about this, obviously. I'm glad you are at least seemingly of good sense. The Florida State Senator, Ileana Garcia, co-founder of the group Latinas for Trump. They supported Trump during the presidential cycle. They are now coming out against Trump on some of the immigration-related arrests being carried out by his administration, which she called, quote, unacceptable and inhumane. First, Florida GOP Representative Maria Salazar wrote a post on X condemning the ICE tactics, writing, quote, I am fully aware and heartbroken about the uncertainty now gripping Florida's 27th district because of the recent immigration actions of the administration, end quote. Arrest in immigration courts, including people with I-220A and pending asylum cases, the termination of the CHNV program, which has left thousands exposed to deportation, and other similar measures all jeopardize our duty to due process that every democracy must guarantee. It is an indisputable fact that the vast majority of these individuals fled Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, and the three most brutal regimes in our hemisphere, as sworn enemies of the United States. Both Salazar and Garcia, both daughters of Cuban exiles. Now remember, according to Trump, the only real prosecuted individual on this planet are white men who are descendants of colonizers in South Africa. Those are the individuals that we have to be paying attention to, according to Trump. They are the ones, not you. There's more. Garcia will co-sign Salazar's statement. Now, this is an interesting dynamic with the post, quote, I stand with the Congresswoman Salazar as the state senator who represents her district and the daughter of Cuban refugees who are now just as American, if not more so, than Stephen Miller. I am deeply disappointed by these actions and I will not stand down. The post continues. I want to put myself on record. This is not what we voted for. I've always supported Trump. And then she tags real Donald Trump through thick and thin. However, this is unacceptable and inhumane. I understand the importance of deporting criminal aliens, but what we are witnessing are arbitrary measures to hunt down people who are complying with the immigration hearings, in many cases, with credible fear of persecution claims, all driven by a Miller-like desire to satisfy a self-fabricated deportation goal. This undermines the sense of fairness and justice that the American people value. There's more. Stephen Miller has made it a point to include undocumented minors in foster care, many of whom are victims of human trafficking, in his efforts to fulfill a desperate weekly quota of deportations. These individuals are being picked up at the homes of foster parents. This is unacceptable. Regardless of their citizenship status, his focus has now shifted to South Florida. The opinions and statements expressed are my own and do not reflect those of the Senate or the governor. I am committed to doing whatever it takes to protect our children as they are victims and not criminals, end quote. Welcome to common sense land. Trump did not respect the U.S. Constitution. Trump has not respected the co-equal branches of power. Trump has never respected your rule of law. Trump has never respected you. Trump has never respected black folk, brown folk, women, those who are disabled. Trump has never respected any of them. You still supported him. So I guess that statement, you have been with him through thick and thin. Why? Has he ever given you a reason to truly support him? No. You made some assumptions. I don't see how. Once again, you say nothing when they knock on your neighbor's door. There's no neighbor to say anything when they knock on yours. These are some of the same talking points of this family. Here it is.
Mario and Mireya both crossed the border illegally as teenagers, but became citizens under President Ronald Reagan's amnesty. They see themselves as different from migrants crossing the border today. In what way do you think they're different?
The people that are coming here are the criminals, you know? The ones that did something bad in their country, they're running away from their law.
Despite having close family members who are undocumented,
migrant invasion,
they don't believe they'll end up in Trump's crosshairs. When you hear Trump promise mass deportations, do you worry about them?
Yes and no, because the ones that I know, they're doing good. They're not breaking any laws.
I believe he's going to start deporting all the bad people.
Trump won over the Alvarez family, and many like them. Whether the economy improves and who exactly he chooses to deport may determine if he keeps them.
My family is Latino, and a lot of them are immigrants. But at the end of the day, we're American.
Yeah. Garcia's remarks are not the first time she has gotten cross with the Trump administration. She serves as a deputy press secretary for the U.S. Homeland Security Department during Trump's first presidency before leaving the post in March 2019, ahead of his defeat in the 2020 election to Joe Biden and her joining the Florida State Senate. During his unsuccessful 2020 run, Trump's campaign launched its own official Hispanic outreach coalition and delivered multiple cease and desist letters threatening legal action against the Latinos for Trump organization, who had supported his victorious first presidential run, as ABC News reported at the time. The Latinas for Trump organization that Garcia helped establish was affiliated with that group. And she said she was stunned to learn that of the cease and desist letters in question. Garcia accused the Trump administration of having, quote, refused to embrace surrogates from the Latino community who did the real groundwork, took the bullets, took the insults, and lost their jobs, end quote. As he ascended to the presidency, quote, it's actually quite disappointing, end quote. She said then, Trump won the Florida vote in each of his 3 presidential campaigns. His Mar-a-Lago resort is in the state as well. It's still baffling to me how anyone actually believed that Donald Trump was some kind of revolutionary leader who gave a damn about them. I assume that the individuals who are connected to this insanity, that they know they're drinking Kool-Aid, that they are aware they are simply down with the power and nothing else. Not that they actually believe he's going to do something revolutionary for them. So Yasmin, if a person, especially an individual in a position of public trust, if they truly believed that Donald Trump was their actual savior while he was spewing the most extreme rhetoric against individuals of color, I question their ability to lead anybody. What say you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we were talking about this earlier in the show. I just don't know what people expect sometimes because, as he said, Trump told us everything he believed. He told us what he wanted to do. He told us how he wanted to do it. Nothing he is doing now should be surprising to anyone. It's upsetting, but like, how does this woman not feel foolish right now? I guess I'm glad that she is actually speaking out against the actions of the administration that she once supported. It shows that people can and do change and alter their stances on things, even though I believe she's still overall a Trump supporter. But at the same time, what did she think was going to happen once Trump did get reelected? So much of Trump's support hinges on his supporters just hearing all of the foul things that come out of his mouth and out of the mouths of those who are close to him and close to his administration, and telling themselves that what they said is not actually what they meant. Supporting Trump means to so many people believing that the man you support is unable or unwilling to accurately communicate his own beliefs and intentions, why would that be someone that you want to support? Someone demonstrably incompetent and incoherent. You shouldn't have to decipher the language of your president. This isn't QAnon, this is the real world. The words of the president can mobilize armies and it can tank entire economies, which is something that we've actually seen. The only other reason that they're able to support someone like Trump is because they don't believe that he will be able to accomplish some of the things that he talks about accomplishing. That's why whenever he was talking about tariffs while he was running for re-election, people said he's not going to be able to do that. So then what are you voting for? It's really pathetic. And let me tell you also one last point. Immigrant communities cannot be relied upon to stand up for other immigrants because they have this false belief that once you've made it over here, you are now better or different than the ones who have not made it over yet. You're special and they want to feel special. So immigrants, more often than they really should, love to just close that door behind them, which is something that we're seeing right now, specifically in the Latin community. I don't understand that mentality, but I have seen it way too many times.
Yeah, agreed. Same here.